Red Sox jersey right now. World Baseball Classic's coming up in early March. Really can't wait to watch it. I don't know how I am gonna watch it, but I think I'm gonna try to watch it on Hulu or something. And if it is on Hulu, I'll definitely try it out. Let me know if you like the soft-spoken or the whispered versions of me talking better. Either one works for me. It's my voice, so. But last night I stayed up, watched WWE SmackDown. It was a long day. I went to school, got there around 6, left here around 5:30. Just kind of woke up at 5, got there, woke up. I just basically started my day. I wasn't gonna hang around here, so I went to the school around, got there around 5:30 or 6. Basically made up or found a lesson to use. I did an Audible, changed it to a lesson I thought would be more of a good Friday lesson. I was showing movie clips to show kids economic decision making and opportunity cost. I showed clips from Spider-Man, Civil War, Alice in Wonderland, Little Mermaid, and then Dark Knight, and then kids filled in that chart. For me, selfishly, I was thinking I want to do something that hopefully will engage the kids more, so it's less of a slog through, and my classrooms are fine, but maybe changing that whole idea would be less of a slog for me, and something I would have fun teaching. So, and I can show movie clips all day long, so I decided to do that because I felt like I would have more fun teaching it, so that's what I did. And kids seem to enjoy it a lot. I do want to change my strategy to having more of a student-focused classroom. So maybe like the first 15-20 minutes of me teaching and then having kids do something for the rest of it. I've really kind of figured out that kids want to do something. No matter what, they almost have to do something. They have so much energy, they can't really sit still for 70 minutes. So having them work with people and do something every day is what my next goal is next week, is to have them do something, usually collaboratively, with people. And I think that'll make my week run really smooth. We'll probably have a snow day on Wednesday, which I'm okay with, a little mid-week break. And the great thing about the district I'm working at is they actually have built-in snow days, so that's good for us at the district. But WWE SmackDown was fun. Cody Rhodes is going to the Elimination Chamber. Obafemi made fun of the toxic guy, which was a funny segment. And Nia Jax, Last Legend, had a good fight with Io Sky and Rhea Ripley. And that was probably the highlight, for me at least, because it was just fun to watch. It was just entertaining. Which is what really all you can ask for with WWE. I am missing my baseball, though. And I really can't wait for the season to start. I think it's going to start mid-March. I believe it starts mid-March at least. Maybe the baseball season starts in April. I should know this. I've watched the Red Sox now for 1.5 seasons. I started watching them religiously 2 years ago. I watched all the season. Last year I missed about 10 games. And this year I'm going to watch them again. The great thing about the Red Sox is they have NESN, and you can buy a subscription to NESN, and it's, I think, $200. I think it's expensive, but for someone who is going to watch every single game, it's worth it to me. I find enjoyment watching the Red Sox, so I will be purchasing that. I hope it's not $200, but if it is, I still will be purchasing that NESN subscription. We got Alex Bregman is now in the Cubs, which is a shame. We got Sonny Gray. We got a Toronto player as well. Lakefa, I think his name is. He was on the Yankees, then the Toronto Blue Jays, and now he's with us. There's been a couple other signings, but nothing super, super crazy. So I don't know if it's not a step up. We lost Alex Bregman. So I think the hitting is going to have a step down. But the pitching should have a step up with Sonny Gray. I believe last time I heard he was on the Cincinnati Reds. And I hope that we made the playoffs in the wild card against the Yankees last year, which we lost. And I hope we can do the same. If we get good pitching, because we had a really young pitcher on the mound the last game against Schlittler from the Yankees, and we lost that game. I'm trying to remember his name, but we lost that game. He only had pitched like 5 games or so before he was pitching in the playoffs, the do or die game of the playoffs. So that was kind of a shame, but I think we were all proud last year of the season, and I hope that we can continue our success this season. With Bryce Lowe as our manager, he's a very calculated individual. The Fenway Sports Group is not spending a lot right now. I hope they don't become content with just making the playoffs. I understand that they've given us a lot this century, winning 4 times, but I don't want the Yankees to basically flip the switch and then for the 2020s and 2030s ends up being the old Yankees. I would rather us be the new Red Sox. And that would be awesome. Well, World Baseball Classic, I think, is going to supersede the regular season of the MLB anyway. They're going to play in Florida, I believe Texas, Tokyo, Japan, and in Puerto Rico. And I think the final game is in Puerto Rico, but I like that they are giving more baseball nations stadiums to play in, because Puerto Rico and Japan are major baseball countries, so having them being involved in it, I think, is a great thing if you're going to make it a worldwide sport. But I got my laptop here. look up the medal count of the Olympics right now, I think we were tied with Italy and China in overall medal count. I don't know about gold. Normally we're pretty good with gold. Oh, let's see. So things have changed since the last time. Norway, 10 gold medals, 2 silver medals, and 7 bronze for a total of 20. Italy is in second place with 6 gold medals, 3 silver medals, and 9 bronze medals. We have 5 gold medals, 8 silver medals, and 4 bronze medals for 17. I know hockey is one of the major things that we normally do good at, so we're still in the preliminaries. They're actually playing right now against Denmark. We are up 4-2. 4-2 in this preliminary match against Denmark, which is pretty dang cool. One of my favorite movies I watched when I was younger was Miracle. I'd have it on repeat so much that my dad would get tired of watching it. It didn't make me into a hockey fan though, which I find interesting. It wasn't like I was a hockey stan. I just liked the movie. And I don't know why. I think it was just a good movie. But plan for tomorrow, if you care, is to get Walmart pickup at 8. I have a water kettle for tea, which I'm going to sneak into my classroom so I can make tea on my lunches, because I don't want to drink more coffee during midday, but I do want a little bit of a pick-me-up, so I'm going to make some tea. And I think I will keep that into my classroom. And then I have some food I'm going to pick up. Then I'm going to get a haircut. You can see my hair is it's a little bit out there. It's not too long, but I do want to get a nice clean haircut. I'm going to do that at Walmart. And come back home. Gonna work out. And then gonna have to do laundry. And when I'm doing laundry, gonna make my week plans with the goal of making sure that the majority of class time is for student work time, because it makes everybody's life easier, I feel. I have 2 people who have lunch detentions. One is someone who has had a number of them. She did really kind of well on Friday, though, which is interesting because I've given her multiple lunch detentions last week. But it might be just because the way I'm doing it, it's very professional. It's not emotional. It is almost kind. It's like, you have a lunch detention because of this, and I think she respects it. She respects that I am holding her to what I think she can do. I'm not playing any games. She knows the expectations, and I think she actually low-key respects it. So she, interestingly enough, on Friday, not only did the work in class, but helped students who were struggling. And I wrote her a positive referral for the office. She's going to get that on Monday. The bad thing is, she owes me another one for behavior in interventions, which was in my class on Friday. So I have to give her that. I don't think I can get around it. I could just not do it, but I think I have to give her it because I said she has it. So it's a thing where I don't think I can make a mistake because she is so unpredictable. It's like if I don't give her it, she might go off the rails on Monday. If I do give her it, she might go off the rails on Monday. I don't know if it really matters. But from the history that I'm seeing right now, just being honest with her and gaining, even if the trust is Mr. Doring says what he's going to do and does what he's going to say, is causing positive effects. I don't know if she comes from the best home environment, so she might have a trust issue with adults. So just being an adult, that even if I am giving her lunch detentions, I am being truthful, and she can at least, we can at least build a trust, even if it's not the best right now. But the hope is that that trust can lead to better things, which it did on Friday. I have another student who has that lunch detention, who's in her same block, who just kept chattering during videos, and she just kept talking. It wasn't towards anybody, but she just kept talking. A comment after comment, she wouldn't stop. And normally I try to let those things go. If it's a one-off, I'm like, it's towards the video, that's fine. But she was like talking about, she said the word gat, which means butt, and it's like, it's something that was frustrating because it was nonstop. Just nonstop little comments about this and that. And she knows not to do that. I've told her that before. So she got a couple warnings, and then another student was answering her question, and she was interrupting him. So at this point, I was about to kick her out. And I actually was like, you have to go to IHI. Well, that kind of surprised her. You have to go to IHI. This is what I said. Okay, you have to go. You're interrupting students. And you have lunch detention on Monday. I said this, and I was in front of the whole class. And she broke down. She started crying. She was very upset. She didn't say a word after that. She was very upset, though. And I went up to her and I said, listen, are you gonna behave for the rest of this class period? She said yes. So I said, okay, I'm not gonna send you to IHI, which is where they go if they're not behaving in class. But I am still gonna give her a lunch detention because I find if I said I wasn't gonna give her a lunch detention, I have to give her lunch detention. Or else it's just like, what are you saying then? Why are you saying this? The trust is broken. So I went up to her mom, who does work or I think her guardian, who does work in the building. And she was fine with it. She understood. I already emailed her about the chatting during the videos, so it wasn't like this was anything that surprised her. But this is probably her first lunch detention ever, and it's not for anything major, but it was non-stop comments. Just whatever popped in her mind was just like, here's what I'm thinking. I'm gonna say it to the world, even if no one's listening. And I have to always think about it. If I can't allow everybody to do this, I can't allow one person. So I'm gonna talk to her about it. When I do have to send her to lunch detention and say, listen, this is why you are here. Because he is a good student. We have a good relationship. And I think that's why she was so upset. Just because I was going to kick her out of my class. And she was like, well, Mr. Doring, I thought we were cool. We are, but it was the behavior. So I have to explain that to her. She wrote an apology and left it on my desk so I could read it. She said, I'm very sorry. I don't want to go to lunch detention, but I can't allow that to be a precedent, or else all the work I've done in this class with that one student might all come crumbling down. So I am going to have to be firm and tell her, no, you have to go to lunch detention, and just kind of hope for the best. The good thing is, I don't think it's going to turn anything bad. I'm not worried about it. It sucks, but I'm not worried about it. It just sucks that I have to do this. It's the one thing I hate about teaching is classroom management, because they're kids, and sometimes you feel bad, and you're just like, you can feel bad, but you still have to do it. You still have to make sure they go to lunch detention. But I think it is like a miscommunication sometimes, is she just thinks it's okay to chat and talk during videos, and I keep trying to tell her, no, it's not. And now it is a thing where I guess this is how you're going to learn. You're going to have to be away from your friends, so not socializing. But the good thing I always remember is, one, usually this helps, and it's for their benefit, so that I don't get frustrated, that they can learn in the best environment possible, and that they'll remember that, and they'll know not to do that again. And not only in my class, but in other classes in the future too. They are children. They don't know how to act in every situation. You can try to explain that to them, but sometimes they don't know if you're being serious until you are being serious. And I am being serious, so it sucks, but I always think, hey, it's actually for their own good. They're gonna forget about it. Hell, I was in a couple of lunch detentions when I was in middle school. It's gonna happen. I am not a ruined, destroyed criminal who thinks that the world sucks. It's just gonna happen, right? So I tried my best to explain that and make sure they know this, but once again, the proof's in the pudding with this one girl who has respected that I am holding her accountable, even though it is frustrating for me, who has to take time out of my lunch to go to the cafeteria and to make sure she goes to the lunch detention. And it's frustrating, but I think it's beneficial for them. And I think that they understand that it's beneficial for them in whatever capacity, because on Friday she did everything that was asked of her and even helped students. It just sucks that on Monday I'm going to have to talk to her and say, you still owe one for what you did in math intervention, and just kind of hope that she gets it and will just not be upset. The one thing about students, though, they could think I might be putting too much credit, but manipulate teachers into giving them a break by being good. And I'm sorry, but I've been through the ringer. I'm not going to be manipulated. You told you that you have a lunch detention, and she will have to get one, so it is what it is, right? It's just the diaries of a teacher trying to, not in survival mode. Like 95% of all students I have are like great. But I think to get into mastery mode is you just have to not worry about it and just do what you said you're going to do. And the kids are going to be kids. Just understand that and not think it's your fault. It's rarely your fault. If you're doing everything you're supposed to, you're putting lessons together, you're being pleasant, right? And you know that if the majority of your students are doing what they're supposed to all the time, if you have one or two kids, which is usually going to happen, is what's happening with me, if you have one or two kids who are not functioning, it's something to do with them. It's ADHD, it's something, it could just be whatever, but you just have to be able to stay firm on your decision and stay firm on your expectations. And at the end of the day, if not for them, if it doesn't help them, it is at least a good thing for everybody else who are following expectations. I can't give everybody a reward, I'm sorry. So that's kind of my teaching classroom management philosophy, is just stay firm and consistent. And if it's not for the people who are constantly getting in trouble, it is for the people who are doing what they're supposed to do, so they can know that, hey, Mr. Dorian at least is honest. Nothing crazy is happening either. It's just little stupid things. That's the most frustrating part, is how much do you let go, how much do you not. And you try to let go some things, and then they can balloon into bigger problems. So it's a constant learning, especially when you're still relatively young, like me. But that's for the negativity. Everybody else is doing great. On Friday, I emailed all the students who are failing, their parents, and I'm gonna make that a either weekly or bi-weekly thing. I don't know if I want to bug parents every week, but maybe make it a bi-weekly thing. So every other Friday, just, hey, your student's failing. This is what they can do to make it up, and catch some of those students who kind of slip under the ropes by just letting their parents know. But yeah, I am having fun again in teaching. With the 8th grade, I was not really having fun so much, so and I don't know why I was not having fun, but that 6th period was a lot. I mean, the first day, the students were saying like the F word, not like the F word, but like the F slur, and we're just not doing their work, and it was a lot to lock down. And I have locked them down for the most part, but it is a thing to always have to, to reel them out, right? You're like, okay, this is where you can be. I have to make sure you don't get back to that. So I need to really be on you guys so that you don't slip back to that. And that's happened before, where I have let some things go, and all of a sudden it turns out the kids are spraying each other with water bottles and taking their hats, and it's just 2 kids, I will be honest, but they're big boys. They're big boys, big personalities who've gotten away with a lot of stuff before. And yeah, it's just a tough thing being a new teacher under a new regime, a new superintendent. The school's failing. We have interventions because the school is failing. They need to get their test grades up, or else the interventions are going to be worse. So there's a lot of pressure, and it's basically on the teachers. So it is like a transformative part in our school right now. So I think the good thing is that the principal and the vice principal understand that, yeah, you gotta have to be a little locked down on some of these kids, or else it could slip down into what it was, I guess, before, where kids weren't doing things and failing and reading, and no one really cared about education. So I am blessed to have a new superintendent, new principal, and new vice principal who are okay with teachers giving out consequences. They tell us, hey, if a kid needs to go to lunch detention, give them lunch detention. If a kid needs to go to after school detention, give them an after school detention. They are okay with that, because it is what it is. We're trying to get the school to not be a failure anymore. And it's the classic cliche, in order to make an omelet, you need to break a couple of eggs. And it sounds bad, kids being broken eggs, but they have learned some bad habits. And some of them need to be taught that those are not acceptable. But the weird thing is, the majority of the kids have basically just kind of went with it. The majority of them have basically said, fine. You have those 2 to 3 in each grade, though, for whatever reason, are not saying fine and need whatever's inside of them to buck the system and to try to get away with things. And it really makes no sense to me. I'm like, I don't know why you're like this. I know we're not like, I know what this is. They're smart. Some of them are smart. They're like, this is not like we all know what this is, but you just can't do that. And that's why I think they should just follow expectations. It is like a thing. Yeah, we all know what this is. We're teaching you how to not only learn, but how to work in a professional environment, teaching you about life, teaching you about consequences, It's a whole bunch of stuff happening in middle school that's not just educational. And that's the life of being a teacher. You have to be doing it all. You have to be friendly. You have to be not only educational teaching, but teaching them how to be humans. And it's a bit crazy, but I wouldn't trade it for anything. I got up at full 5 on Friday. Got to school at 6. Kids don't get there till 8:15, so I had a good 2 hours to do a lot of stuff. I got a lot of stuff done, and I think I'm just gonna do that from now on. Just wake up whenever I wake up. I usually am gonna wake up before 7 anyway. Once I wake up, take a shower, go to school, get some stuff done, and just be on it. My grading's caught up. I emailed all the parents that need emailing. I'm really trying to lock down this classroom I got so that it makes my life easier. You put in the work beforehand, the day is easier. So that's what I'm doing right now. That's my plan. And I enjoy it. I feel accomplished when I get home and successful. So it's better than feeling like you messed up. If you do everything correctly and you're consistent, it feels good. So that's my plan. But yeah, we have one more week till break. One of my buddies is on break. Another teacher buddy is already on break. He must be very happy. One more week till break, so I'm just gotta keep doing what I'm doing. And I've put in a lot of work this week so that I can feel good going into break. That's pretty much it. Yeah, I don't really have much else to talk about. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do during break. I think I might do some door dashing, and then whatever I make in DoorDash in Rochester, go to the movies using that money. Do something. I want to do something every day. I want to live my life over break. So, movies, even skiing if I can, hanging out with buddies, ice fishing, maybe go to a hockey game with my family. Really want to live my life. Obviously, I want to clean up my area a little bit, get a really good organization in here. It's not super disorganized, but make it really, really nice. Can obviously work out 3 times a week and make sure I stay good on my fitness. And that's my plan. Learn some new songs on the guitar. I'm relearning Diary of Jane by Breaking Benjamin and So Cold by Breaking Benjamin. And I want to relearn how to play Blow Me Away by Breaking Benjamin. And then I would love to learn how to play the full Phobia album by Breaking Benjamin on guitar and attach them to Facebook and throw them up on YouTube as well. I have a second channel called What's Guitar. Don't go there, there's nothing on it, but start a new channel or add stuff to that channel and just, rock out on that channel. So I got my calm here and I got my aggressive there. And that'd be really, really fun. But it's gonna be a night. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I've been chilling a lot today. If I had some sleepy time tea, that'd be great. I do have an order for it in the Walmart pickup for tomorrow at 8, so I'm excited to get that as well as my tea kettle. And I'll definitely be drinking tea tomorrow. And I think I actually might make the switch to tea because it's just so much better. It tastes better. It's less bitter. It's just better. So I might make the switch, but for now I'll stick to coffee. It's what I'm used to. It's what everybody in Earth pretty much drinks. especially here in America. So I don't want to be an outcast just yet. I'm thinking about bringing my camera to my classroom and showing my classroom and doing some ASMR in the classroom. I was thinking about doing it on Friday when I got there, but I forgot my tripod, and I'm kind of happy that I didn't because I was able to get a lot of work done. So maybe Monday, Tuesday, whatever, I don't really have to do work, and I'll get all my weekly plans done for the week on, well, tomorrow. So I should be able to maybe get a video out Monday or Tuesday about my classroom. It's really not anything special. It's pretty bare. It's got a couple American flags, one from the 1790s, another from 1777. It has the Union Jack in the flag, and that's pretty much it. I don't really have many posters or anything. I've done that before when I put up posters and expectations and had all this stuff, but I don't really know if it matters. So in like higher grades, so it is what it is. I go around other classrooms too. They don't have a bunch of stuff around their classrooms either, so I'm really not too worried about it. So before I finish my coffee, I am putting on the semi-formal dance along with a science teacher, and I think we're going to go with a Paris theme. There was one other idea that students thought of, but I'm forgetting it now. But she's going to help get us together in her classroom for lunch. And we're going to put together a good dance for late May. I'm so happy we're starting it now, because if they told us in May, oh my god, that'd be too much, but we have plenty of time to figure it out. So anyway, this has been a long video. I've talked quite a bit. I know it's not the most exciting, but if you did make it to this time, which is, I guess, props to you, that's pretty wild. Like and subscribe. My plan is to do more ASMR-y things, role plays and other like sound stuff, but I kind of like these, just kind of venting and letting things out. If you are a teacher, let me know what you teach. If you hear something from the video and you're like, ooh, I don't know about that, or yeah, that's a good idea, let me know. I would be very interested to see how everybody else does things, because we all can do things a little differently, and if you're getting results doing something differently, hey, let me know, and I'd be happy to discuss it with you in the comments. But that seems to be my cup of joe here. And I think I'm going to call it there. Alright, hope you all have a good rest of your day, everybody.